Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we will be looking at my top 10 Gmod mods for 2021. I hope you enjoy this video. Remember to subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss a video like this. We'll be going from number 10, which is the least best out of the list, to number 1, which is the best. Okay, and starting at number 10, we have the H-bombs. H-bombs are a really great mod. You have so many bombs you can mess around with. Some are small, some are tiny, some are massive and will crash your game. It's super fun. I really highly recommend it. And it has tons of expansions, so it's not only these bombs you see here, there's thousands of other bombs. That was quite a small bomb, so I might do a different bomb. Hopefully this doesn't blow up all the other bombs here. And we can see that was a much more major explosion. And coming in at number 9 is all the Mafia cars. So there's Mafia cars 40s, so all the cars from the 1940s, and Mafia cars 50s, so all the cars from the 50s. You have a lot of really cool vintage cars, so if you like vintage, and also a few military cars like these two here. So if you're into vintage cars or old cars, this is a great mod to drive around and to mess around with old cars. The cars are also customizable, and it has a lot of really cool cars. I really recommend this mod if you're into any vintage type of cars. And of course, the cars are drivable, and I think they're one of the better mods for vintage cars. Now, getting on to the number 8th mod. This is the Day of Defeat mod, and it's not an NPC mod, it's actually a gun mod. It has all World War II authentic guns. You can aim down sights, and the guns are very detailed, and you have a high range of guns. For example, here you can see every single gun, including some iconic guns like the M1 Grand. A fun part of this mod is actually using the katana. Now at number 7 is the Trevor Henderson creatures. These are all horror creatures that will chase you as soon as you turn on the AI thinking. And they are all inspired by Trevor Henderson's drawing. If you know Trevor Henderson, he's a comic drawer for horror cartoons. These are absolutely terrifying, and they will chase you and kill you incredibly fast, and it's always really fun to try to survive them. This one always is terrifying. I don't know why, it just scares me. And this pack includes the iconic Siren Head. So if you ever want to be chased by Siren Head in Gmod, here you go. Download the Trevor Henderson pack. Now, I'm sure you realized all these creatures were here, but I don't think you saw. There's one creature. Yep, this mod has absolutely enormous creatures. Now we are into the 6th mod. This is the Left 4 Dead mod. It is by far the best zombie mod you will ever find in Gmod. Not only all the zombies super smart, but they have dedicated death animations, so they won't just ragdoll like normal zombies in Gmod. I highly recommend this mod if you're ever trying to do a zombie survival, or if you're ever just bored in Gmod and want to play randomly. Hello everybody, we're halfway there. This is number 5, and it's the Modern Warfare gun pack. I think this is by far the best gun mod in all of Gmod. Not only do you have amazing customization with scopes and each barrel customization and grip and stock, but the guns are highly detailed and they look great. They have great reloading animations, and they feel great, and they're so fun to play with. I think it's just the best gun pack you could get in Gmod, especially if you're looking for something more modern. I think this is the best pack you could ever get. I highly recommend this mod, and it is my all-time favorite for guns. Now heading into number 4, it's all the LFS planes. This is a very broad category, but it's broad because every single plane in LFS is just great. A lot of people in the Gmod community like the WAC planes or helicopters, but I find that they're glitchy, and even though they're really well detailed, they're hard to pilot and, you know, not the easiest thing to learn. And I think the LFS is much easier to pilot and learn, and they look amazing and they're super fun to play with. You have every single iconic plane like the Super Hornet or the Su-35, the F-16, you have MiG-31s, and you even have nuclear bombers in the LFS modding community. I think if you're going for a plane and, you know, you struggle with the WAC planes, go with LFS. They have just as many aircraft, and I think they're much easier to learn and to control. Here we are at number 3, the Infinity Gauntlet. The Infinity Gauntlet is super fun to mess around with. You have access to each stone, each with its unique ability that you can, you know, configure on your keyboard. And of course, there is also, there's of course also the snap. And this does mean you erase half of humanity. So, for example,
no, stop! What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Go away to ashes. So you do actually snap half of reality away, which is quite fun, especially if you have friends playing. It's always really fun to mess around with, and you can mess with not only reality by changing so many things, and you can send people to pocket dimensions. Ooh, I forgot to unbound it. So there, I sent him to a pocket dimension. I'll send him as well, so the other guy's in solo only. But the Infinity Gauntlet is so fun, even though it's, you know, not the most complicated out of all of these mods. I think you can get a lot of playtime just messing around with Infinity Gauntlet, so it's worth the download. Okay, everybody, and on to number 2. Now, number 2 is currently on the screen. I want to see if you guys can spot what number 2 is the mod. It's actually the FPS booster that I currently have turned on. Even though it seems ridiculous to recommend that as, you know, the top 3 mods, I truly think that an FPS booster is something everybody should be having, especially in a game like Gmod. Now, revealing number 1 is all the Gredwich mods. I know this is quite a large category, but I had to put all the Gredwich mods together because they're just so amazing. You have all the Gredwich vehicles, which are historical tanks with like 10 different skins for each tank. And not only do they drive amazing, but they look amazing, the shots are amazing. It's generally great tanks. But also, I'm talking about all the Gredwich stuff, like anti-aircraft guns, like these, the Thermal Artemis anti-aircraft gun, which is an amazing gun. Then also all of these mounted machine guns, like the minigun here. And then my personal favorite, the most, for me, overpowered machine gun in this entire mod. This one here, it'll just destroy anything in the path of it. Look at it. Just 2 seconds. Oh, okay, that actually took a while, longer than expected, but it's an absolute beast of a gun, and it'll destroy anything. Then, you know, more World War II era type of, actually this might not be World War II, but, you know, older anti-aircraft guns as well. Then, you know, heavier artillery. And then including the massive heavy artillery. And then this is where the really cool part for me is, if you go in weapons, you go Gredwich sweeps, you have these binoculars. My favorite is normally NATO or Allied. And then look here, you can zoom in, but they're not any normal binoculars. If you left click, let's say I left click here, I get a bunch of options. So I can send artillery barrage, A10 star strafing run.
Lead. Can you get air to do a gun run on this position?
Yeah, gun run coming. Sit tight.
That you'll actually see the plane fly over. There you go. And then you leave the strafing run, or then the artillery barrage. It's truly great. Also, this mod includes all mortars. I'm gonna move out of the way so I don't get killed. Mortars. this mod is truly great. The vehicles, defensive, it has everything. And then if you're trying to play, Hey guys, you made it to the end of the list. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video like this. I hope you found a mod that you enjoy and you have fun playing, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, guys.